What's good, everybody? Sean Shola Rosenberg in the building. Back at you with another video. Well, before we get into the video, I know I haven't been dropping a lot of content on my channel. Well, I have been very active on the live stream, which is for WWE and wrestling, but I haven't made a lot of videos, and I think I hadn't made a video since, I believe, last month. I believe the last video I reacted to was Screwface John's songs, Vengeance, I believe, 3532, I believe that's the song. That's the song I reacted to. Hold on, let me check. Was it 32 or 35? That was the song I reacted to. Yeah, that was the last reaction video I did. So I haven't done a lot of reaction videos, but basically this one has got my attention because I think this needs to be talked about. So if you guys don't know what's going on, apparently there's been some streamers just crashing out for the dumbest reasons. And the most recent one was Akademiks. Akademiks got pissed off at a tweet from a journalist from the Breakfast Club, a journalist by the name of Lauren LaRosa. So Lauren LaRosa went to the GNX tour, with the Grand National Tour, that's headlining with Kendrick Lamar and SZA, and Ak has been going on this whole run of Kendrick not selling out tours, selling out shows on his tour. He's been doing that, and then he's also been, quote unquote, I wouldn't say pocket watching, but it does look like pocket watching on every live stream. On every live stream he does, he goes and checks tour data, which is a Twitter account to check out to see how much they made out of that tour for each night. And the way I look at it, I wouldn't say it's pocket watching, but he's clearly pocket watching. Because you all know Ak is all about numbers. So, and Ak has been on this rampage of, not rampage, but on this run of saying, oh, Kendrick fans are the fans at these shows are not being entertained. Oh, they look bored. Like the show is so unenthused. Like no one's having fun, and all that. And he's also saying like, oh, why isn't the fans singing along? Why isn't Kendrick just let the fans sing along to his songs? Like, bro, Ak. People do not go to concerts just to sing. They go to have a good time, not only to sing, but they go to have a good time and experience excuse me, they experience the excitement and greatness. But like you got to understand, this is a concert, not a choir rehearsal. Fans do not go to concerts for choir rehearsal just to sing along and play karaoke. They go there not only just to sing, but also have fun and vibe out, to have a good time. I don't know what Ak gets this. Oh, like when Drake does it, everybody's carrying. That's different. Because Drake actually has songs where you can actually know the words by heart by singing them. That's easy because it's catchy songs. Kendrick is on a real hip hop side. So he's going to rap. A lot of people are just, a lot of people are not going to rap to every single bar that he spits. There's some of them that's gonna probably rap, but most of them just want to vibe out and have fun. So Ak goes on this whole, but yeah, that's Ak's whole thing, and he's been going on this whole run of saying, oh, Kendrick is not selling out. Well, he has been selling out every show. The most recent shows he's been selling out was MetLife Stadium in New York/New Jersey. So Lauren LaRosa went to that show, and she decided to tag Akademiks in her tweet saying that Akademiks lied. And Akademiks lied about the show not selling out, which it did. It did sell out. There's actual proof. And shout out to Marcus Work Media. He's been covering every stop that Kendrick and SZA has done for the tour, and the show has been selling out. So Act goes on this whole rampage after Lauren LaRosa tweeted that Act lied and proved that the show did sell out. Typical Act goes on his live stream and basically disrespects and cuss Lauren LaRosa out and calls her out by her name, calling her the B word and stuff like that. And that's like an example of how ridiculous most of these streamers are. Ack is one perfect example. This guy claims to be, oh, I am a media personality. I'm an actual journalist. Bro, journalists do not go and talk about numbers 24/7 every day. They talk about other things that is happening in real life. You disrespected a woman who added you on a tweet that was not even that offensive. All she said is you lied, but you crash out on that. And also she's shown receipts of actual proof that she was telling the truth, that you did lie. And not only that, you took it a step further to disrespect another a media personality, which is Stat Baby from the It Is What It Is podcast with Cam and Mace. You also disrespected her after you disrespected Lauren LaRosa. If you guys don't know who Stat Baby is, like I said, she is a co-host of the It Is What It Is podcast with Cam and Mace. She came out in Lauren LaRosa's defense, and then actually went at her too. And then on top of that, somebody representing the It Is What It Is podcast responded to Act, and then Act decided to crash out on Cam and Mace and say the most ridiculous things. That just shows how sensitive Act is. And then we get to the other streamer, which is Aiden Ross right here. Well, before we get to Aiden Ross, we're going to actually play this video. I didn't expect this to be a long intro, but we're going to go ahead and get into this video. Shout out to Hip Hop, Fantastic Hip Hop. The title of this video is How Stupid Streamers Are Ruining Hip Hop. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Now, before we get into packing out one of the most annoying and insufferable people out there today, be sure to leave a like before we even start this to let me know that you don't like Aiden.
And by the way, this has been a minute since I reacted to a Fantastic Hip Hop video.
Ross, and are just as tired of him as I am. And now, with that said, when it comes to Aiden Ross, right now with the streaming world's least favorite chair sniffer and generational grifter, Aiden really went so far that all of hip-hop is stepping in and collectively doing the work to make sure that this vulture can never speak this loud on the genre again. And now with this, there is no longer anywhere to hide for Aiden Ross, because with the entire world of hip-hop...
Shout out to Punch. Punch said this: these internet guys are really going far. It's a difference between entertainment and being disrespectful. I understand there's certain people, brands, to say things they say, but it's going to go somewhere else. Eventually, everyone will see each other. No threats. Let's just keep it cool and respectful. I agree with that. Shout out to Punch from TDE.
Staring him down. When you really start to see what's going on and what the grift is, you will see just how terrible this guy is for hip-hop and how he has been a part of a targeted effort to try and sabotage and ruin the name and reputation of Doechii. And now, before we go any further into all of this, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe while you're at it so everyone can see why Aiden Ross is one of the worst things that has ever happened to rap music and why his career is about to go up when all of this is exposed. And so now, with that said, when it comes to Aiden Ross and the controversy he is in, Well, every single problem he just created and what is forever going to change his perception in all of hip hop and not just on the side that already hated him, all comes from the moment that when asked to talk about Doechii on one of his awful streams, Aiden went viral for crashing out and saying this.
I've been streaming for like a long time now. Doechii, the umbrella clip me off. What an entitled, unintelligent piece of shit he is, bro. She deserves, bro. I'm not joking, bro. Stop listening to her music. Cardi and Abel, why would you give her a feature on a remix? You shouldn't have cleared it. She's just the worst. She's a piece of shit. She stole someone that I used to know. She makes no good music. She's horrible.
She makes no good music and she's horrible. Aiden, are you hearing yourself? How stupid are you? I mean, listen, everybody has their entitled to their opinion on an artist. But disrespecting her and calling her the B word, like, come on, bro. Come on. And this is not, and let's be honest, y'all. Aiden Ross not only disrespected Doechii, she disrespected Halle Bailey as well when he had DDG on his live stream. I don't know if it was his live stream or DDG's live streams, because if you guys don't know, DDG's having issues with Halle Bailey, which I'm not going to get into about that because that's their business. I don't like to gossip about, about what they got going on. But Aiden Ross decided to disrespect her as well and calling her out basically because, unfortunately, Halle got like I said, I'm not going to get really, I'm going to just say this, but not going to really deep dive into it. Basically, Halle Bailey got, she got a order of protection against DDG, and then Aiden Ross called her out on her name, disrespecting her. And I'm like, yo, DDG, what are you doing? Why you didn't check this guy? He's disrespecting your baby mama. Why you didn't check him? But like I said, I'm not going to go into that. I just want to get that out of the way first. And by the way, I don't like when guys like this disrespect women like this. This is why I hate, I'm not trying to use the word hate. I dislike this type of behavior. Like I said, there's nothing wrong having an opinion, but when you get into a disrespectful manner, that's when we have to call you out. And I know Aiden Ross is not going to respond back to me because he has a bigger channel. He's not going to respond back to somebody who has only 120 subscribers. So I don't want no respond back. I just wanted to I just want to set the record straight. We got to stop letting these guys disrespect people and calling them out on their names like this. It's real cute. It's real. But it's fine, and you get real tough on the internet. But when you want to see the person in real life, you switch up and go into, and try to get, I'm gonna get the lawyers involved. They're trying to attack me. It's real. It's real. Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to go on a whole rant. So let's just continue.
Jake Future, what's up, my dog? Doechii. Okay. She has zero talent.
And I mean, when you watch this crash out, with Aiden's specific words, what an entitled, unintelligent piece of she is, and with him also saying she has zero talent literally being heard everywhere. Well, first off, I think Aiden needs to look in the mirror because it really sounds like he is describing himself here when he is saying that somebody is entitled, unintelligent, and a piece of something. And while it's one thing to say that you don't like somebody as an artist or for whatever thing that they do professionally is, and really in Aiden's case, even if it was harsh, he could have said that he didn't like her music because although it just would have ended up being another trash hip-hop take that he made, I mean, we are...
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's like I said, if you're entitled to have your opinion. All you could, just like Fantastic Hip Hop said, all you could just said is I don't like the music, and just keep it moving. But all that extraness, calling her the B word, saying she has no, saying that she's a terrible artist. Like, come on now you're attacking somebody's artistry now, and also you're attacking somebody's character and you're attacking the person as a whole. Like, come on now. Like, seriously. Seriously. We gotta stop this.
Allowed to critique and criticize things, but obviously with what Aiden said, it just goes beyond all that. Because when you hear the hatred and almost disgust that's in his voice when he is talking about Doechii, and even with how bad the words we hear him used were, it sounds like he wanted to say some other stuff too, which would even be more off-putting and would have definitely caused him to be canceled forever. Altogether, with how personal and below the belt these insults go, with the names that Aiden is calling Doechii, or any other person for that matter, he crosses a line and does it bad, because this is not music criticism or any sort of critique of art or her as a rapper. And it's just something so beyond that, because really with what he said, you would think that Doechii would have done something horrible to him, because regular people don't talk this bad about somebody without a purpose and without actually having any sort of real animosity between them. And with this, of course everybody saw this clip as it went absolutely viral, because aside from the weird group of grifter-loving individuals whose favorite people are Aiden, Ross, Drake, and that set of brothers that Aiden sniffed one of their chairs actually, for the rest of everybody who's definitely checked
And let me set the record straight. Aiden Ross is not hip-hop. He's not a hip-hop fan. He's a Drake fan.
into reality. Everyone saw this clip and just wrote off Aiden Ross more than they ever have, because you can just see with this so clearly, and really more than ever, that somebody has never belonged further away from having the ability to speak about hip-hop, because if you have any respect for rap music, you just wouldn't say that she has zero talent, and you would never use that tone and words that Aiden did right here. But really right now, with all the outrage, well, everybody is busy yelling at Aiden and trying to just push him further and further away from hip-hop culture. What a lot of people are missing is that when you think about all of this and think about the tone and demeanor that Aiden used here, if you think beyond the surface and remember who this guy really is, and specifically what I mean by that, who he literally was on the phone with the night before this happened on his stream. Well, really, just like all of these grifting streamers who are just the worst thing that we have in the content space today, no matter where you try to go, all roads lead back to one person who is the root of why they are the way they are, unfortunately, and why they have this disdain for actual hip-hop culture and artistry, and it's not just...
And I kind of figured it was going to be Drake behind this. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. Even though I've lost respect for Drake, but I'm going to keep it allegedly, because I'm not going to put it out there and say, oh, he was behind this. But I'm going to say allegedly, because, you know, Drake is not like, because right now Drake is trying to destroy hip hop for real. Like, I remember there was an article, Double XL put out an article saying that Drake was trying to put a cease and stop to diss tracks and rap battles in hip hop. This is a perfect example why he's now hip hop's Karen. There's a real reason why his name is not Aubrey Drake Graham, it's Lawbury Karen Graham. Because he's suing over for a diss track. So now he wants to really, and now he has all these guys that are on his side just completely disrespecting the culture. And it's like, it's like, bro, you lost the rap battle. And I've said this so many times on my channel. All Drake could have just done and just took his L like a man, take the chink in the armor, release a song addressing how everything you felt after you lost the battle against Kendrick, and then just go back to making hits. But he didn't do that. He just had to egg this on. And this is where we are right now with this lawsuit and just I'm not going to get into all of this. Let's just continue.
That Aiden's a clown and that's that. But it's that beyond that clown that we all see, there is somebody who is making him run the entire circus, and that is none other than Drake. And as we know, Drake and Aiden are good friends, and Drake wishes him happy birthdays publicly because he likes him so much, and Drake thinks that that's a normal and cool thing to do at this point where he's at. And of course, these two have done multiple streams together where we have seen them buddy-buddy, and they really do seem to talk pretty often because they're always appearing on one another's things. I mean, when you look at it like that, of course Aiden is not gonna like somebody who was winning so much during the time where Drake said that rap was in a weird NBA season directly to him when they were on stream for the DUMBNESS event. And I mean, beyond just winning, when Drake was saying that rap was weird and it was ruined from Kendrick Lamar, and really that's still what they're saying.
Let me confirm this. Rap is not weird and rap is not ruined. Rap is actually got better as time went on. And going back to Akademiks again, Akademiks went on a whole rant on his stream talking about rappers were contacting him. This was like a few months ago. Rappers were contacting Ak saying that, oh, I can't release music, I can't drop any music because Kendrick kind of took away the trending and then the stuff we normally rapped about, which is repetitive music. They rap about the same thing and over, and they want to live in a fantasy land instead of coming back to real reality and actually rap and having substance and authenticity. These rappers don't want to have authenticity. They don't want to have substance. They just want to rap about the same thing over and over again. And they just want to rap over the same type instrumentals, same time beats, the same subject matter, which we always hear on every song. Rapping about, yeah, it's just, I can go on a whole rant about that. It's just, for the past years, a lot of music has just been mad repetitive. And it's kind of like, okay, are y'all gonna rap about anything new that, like, rap about your personal life? Talk about something that's more important instead of this, oh, let me just keep saying the same thing over and over again. Because when I listen to a artist's album, it sounds like one song on the whole album. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear something different. Where, like, different styles, different flavors to your music. That's the reason why I'm glad that Kendrick is bringing back authenticity back into hip hop, back into the music industry, because we missed that. We got artists are trying something different and unique every time, because when Kendrick drops an album, it always sounds different and unique. Just a few months ago, just recently, when Playboi Carti dropped his album, it sounds so different and unique, which I enjoyed. I'm not a big Playboi Carti fan, but I will acknowledge he dropped something unique and different. Yeah. There's upcoming albums I'm going to check out too, but I'll save that for towards the end of this video. Let's get back to this video real quick.
And that's still why they're doing this. Speaking of Kendrick Lamar, as Doechii is signed to none other than Top Dog Entertainment, which is of course where Kendrick and even SZA are from. From Aiden Ross, Akademiks to XQC to all of these other clowns who love these people, who grift hip-hop culture and look up to Drake like he is Tupac. The disgust they have for Doechii is a direct result of that, and really if Doechii was not signed to the label that Kendrick Lamar is from and that is winning the entire music industry over right now with everything they are doing, and it's not stopping anytime soon, clearly. I mean, if that wasn't the case, you wouldn't see all these pages and people who conveniently have ties to Drake and who have supported him no matter what and are really gonna go down with him if that has to happen. Go after this new artist who is becoming a star and who is winning and having a bigger rise than ever with the help of the label that also helped Kendrick, SZA, and her all get to the point where they are at this very moment. And with Aiden Ross, this is what's so weird about this all, because really with these thoughts about Doechii,
and I think most of these artists, I think most of these streamers that Drake has under his belt, allegedly, I know Fantastic Hip Hop says it's all Drake, but I'm gonna say allegedly too. I think they really want to go after Kendrick. It's not really Doechii they want to go after. They're using Doechii as a pawn to attack, but they really want to go after Kendrick. But in the fact that they're attacking somebody else that is associated with Kendrick, they really want to go after him. But they're just too afraid to say his name because they're just too afraid to say his name because they're worried that Kendrick's going to diss them in the music and say something that's really going to affect them, not only career-wise, but mentally. That's how I look at it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue. I'm gonna go ahead and let this video play out, because like I said, I only like to my videos no more longer than 30 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and continue.
Drake and him must have had a lot of conversations behind the scenes, and Drake really must feel away and be bothered about her. Because between both the talking points that Adin Ross is using to discredit her, which we could say have came from somebody like Akademiks because that's all he does, and then with the animosity that we hear in his voice, which is so personal. I mean, overall, Adin is pushing all of the narratives that have tried to be used by Team Drake to go against Kendrick, and then of course try to trick these people who are not rap fans but Drake stans into believing that Kendrick Lamar is the worst thing ever that's happened to hip-hop and that Drake is the hero. And I mean, when it comes to this effort and campaign that has been designed by what I am gonna call Drake's Legion of Lame to try and make sure that Kendrick Lamar and his side of hip-hop does not gain any more wins and break out any more stars, this is where the entire narrative of Doechii being an industry plan came from, because first of all, in the entire music industry, not just has there been so many actual industry plans who have come out recently, who Drake has collabed with even and hyped up himself, and who Adin has even streamed or collabed with in some way on his own, and beyond just that, who nobody else ever said anything about because they never noticed or thought this because Akademiks TV was not yelling at them every day in their face about it. But with Doechii, if we actually want to look at her career, she had a platinum record in 2022 and was big then and already did a tour opening up for Doja Cat way before all of this stuff and when she was just a rising star with a few big records. And back then, before she was connected to Kendrick Lamar and this beef happened, nobody ever said a thing about her. But now, because she is signed to Top Dog Entertainment and we are in an era where anyone close to them and Kendrick will get hated on because this other side of hip-hop and people have nothing else to try and take down these artists with other than just ridiculous campaigns that are geared at the most random and obscure things they could possibly get at. I mean, with all of this, they have decided to try and label Doechii as an industry plant and ignore not just years and years of hard work, because even with her most recent hit, which Adin says he doesn't like, that song was made 5 years ago and just happened to blow up, so she put it out now. But even if we go back to 2024, if we look at what Doechii has done to get to this point, she has just put the work in to be on the verge of superstardom, because with her debut mixtape on TDE selling 11K first week, and now with it being one of the top 5 highest performing albums of this year, and it being one of the most streamed albums in rap period, and it has multiple massive songs that are still on the Billboard Hot 100 after all of this time. I mean, if you just look at where Doechii was at when her record dropped on TDE and where she is at now, she has only been able to make this record get Grammy-winning and high mainstream success with hard work that was done by delivering great performances, whether it was a Tiny Desk, a music festival like Camp Flog Gnaw, or something else.
Pure authenticity and originality. That's what it is. She dropped a mixtape that was authentic and original. Not no copying, no following the trends, no repetitive, just authentic, which I love. Authenticity.
Or it was just actually pushing and expanding the universe of what she built more and more by releasing great music videos to complete her art, like we saw with Denial is a River. And again, now, while hip-hop has seen all of this hard work and it has led to Doechii getting cosigns from people like Tyler, the Creator, and Kendrick Lamar, who called her their favorite rappers and the hardest rapper out, and even beyond just them, legends like Lauryn Hill brought her out on stage, for these weirdos who don't like rap and just want to be these weird career-long grifters, chair sniffers, and whatever we even call Drake now, they won't acknowledge the actual
Okay, that was suspect as hell.
Work and story that has happened, because they don't actually like reality and they only like making up their own narratives, and they're going to act like none of this ever happened, because then it does not fit the narratives that they have been pushing to take this artist down simply because they don't like her because of her rise and who she stands in the way of, which is of course the guy that Adin makes the worst duo with in none other than Drake. Now, with Adin doubling down on his comments about Doechii in another awful clip, I mean, with him trying to call out this video of her with the umbrellas at the Met Gala and say that he is doing this because he respects 9-to-5 workers, this is what it really takes to be the grifter that Adin is, because he is just deflecting to try and get...
If that's Adin Ross's argument, that's the most stupidest argument. Excuse me. That is the most dumbest and just most stupidest argument ever.
People to think that he is right here and that he is standing with them, when in reality, while the Doechii clip with the umbrellas does not look the best, and I mean even everybody has already made fun of that, including Doechii herself. First off, the people who were helping Doechii were all from her team, and I am sure understand how to work with her, and with an event like this, judge somebody by just that would not be fair, especially when every other time we have seen Doechii, she has had the utmost professionalism and really seems like a great person. And even if this video was bad, Aiden's reaction still does not match up with what happened in the first place, and even with the grift he is trying to use to cover this all up, there is still something that is just so disturbing about these comments, which are going to be remembered by everyone who is rooting for hip-hop and Doechii, because she is more talented than not just somebody like Aiden, but most new rappers, period. And so overall, what everyone needs to see is that all of this fake outrage over Doechii has been a planted lie to try and ruin one of the most exciting new artists that we have seen in hip-hop in quite a while. And now maybe for Aiden, Drake, and the rest of these guys, if they were a little smarter, maybe this plan would work. But Aiden just ruining his reputation to any remaining hip-hop heads with what he just did by going so overboard and showing that he is doing all of this to try and give the world more of this, in terms of ever having any sort of merit or respect in hip-hop. Again, while those weird fans are always gonna follow him.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. But yeah, I think this is just, plain stupid, by the way, by Aiden Ross for calling out Doechii out of her name. It was just stupid. Same thing with Ak, just stupid, calling out Lauren LaRosa by her name too. Just a lot of these streamers are just dumb and stupid. And they're all Drake glazers, by the way. So they're gonna do this because because they're trying to defend and save their GOAT's career, their favorite artist, their GOAT, the pop artist, the cosplaying rapper that he is. Well, not cosplaying rapper, but the colonizer rapper that he is. They're gonna defend him. And they're all doing this. The reason why they're all attacking these people. Not Lauren LaRosa, because Lauren LaRosa has nothing to do with the situation, but with Doechii, they're all attacked. They're doing this is because because of Kendrick Lamar. They really want to go after Kendrick, but they're going after people that are associated with Kendrick. But it's just sad, man. These streamers are just really not a great representation to hip hop, and they're not really real fans of hip hop. They're mainly culture vultures, just like their GOAT. But yeah, that's how I look at it. I know I went over the limit of the 30-minute mark, but yeah, I just had to stop it there. But let me know in the comments down below, do y'all think we got to get rid of these weirdos? Like, we got to get rid of these streamers because they be doing a lot of weird stuff that just yeah. We got to get rid of them because they're not like Kendrick said, they're not like us at all. But yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Also, follow me on my social media platforms above me. Also, join the Discord as well. The link will be in the description down below. Also, I will be reacting to Key Glock's album Glocka Valley. Now, I didn't know that Key Glock dropped an album a few weeks ago. I missed that. So I will be doing a live stream this Friday at 6:30. Make sure y'all join that live stream too. Also, I'm going to try to come back to react to more videos. I know I've been like I said, I've been doing a lot of live streams in terms of wrestling, but I haven't really been doing a lot of videos and just reacting to hip-hop because there's really nothing big that's going on in hip-hop, just maybe some gossip stuff. I know there's the whole Diddy trial that started, which I'm not really going to talk about that because that's more of a serious matter, and this channel is based on related to more on the music side and the real, like, the competition side. As well as y'all know, I'm back to talking because of everything that's happening with this battle, especially with Drake and Kendrick. I made it clear a few months ago that I was done talking about the battle, but since Drake has been going on this whole rampage of trying to destroy hip-hop, he brought me back to talking about this. So I will be doing probably some more videos down the line pretty soon. So yeah, just want to give y'all on that. Yeah. So without further ado, I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.